Alright, so with these Barra bolt kits, you can just lay it all out. You've got a few cap screws, a few nuts and some washers. You'll probably find that you've got extra washers. That's just so you can space the alternator out later. So you've got 100mm, 70mm, M10s, then your M8s. You've got a 75mm, you've got a 55mm, and you've got a little M8 flange nut. So to put it together, what we're going to do first is we're going to mount up the bracket to the motor. And we've got a process you sort of need to follow. You get the shorter cap screw, get the bracket, and we're going to go for this top hole here. This one goes underneath the water pump pulley, so we need to do it first. All you do is just pop the bolt in the bracket, get the bracket in behind the pulley, push the bolt in first, and then just get a few tight turns done on that. So you're going to get your two 75mm bolts and your 49.5mm spacer. First bolt goes in there. Second bolt and spacer just goes in this lower hole here. Quite easy. Just get a few turns on each. And just snug it all up. You don't need to tighten it right up yet, as having it loose will help you a bit for later. We're going to get our alternator. We're going to get a 100mm M10 cap screw. Just going to pop that in there, pop that in the back. The alternator should rest. There you're going to get your shorter M10 cap screw and just put it in through the bottom. Pretty easy. Next step is you're going to get your rear support and your flange M8 nut, and we're going to come in through the back here. And just with this rear hole here, we're going to just slip this rear support over the M10 cap screw and then just go into that rear hole there. Now it's important not to tighten this all the way up yet. You do still want it quite loose, which is fine. Now the next step is going to be checking your back spacing. So we've supplied you 2 extra washers just to check your back spacing, and you will need to put them in there somewhere. Now some LS alternators space out a bit further than others, so just check your back spacing. This one here is quite good, so what we'll do is we'll just put these washers, the spare washers, in behind the alternator, whereas with some other alternators you might want to put them in the front of the alternator, and you can push the alternator back slightly. And this way you're just going to get your back spacing a bit nicer. So I'll just pop that in there and then just use the rear support like that. I'll also do the same with the bottom. The washer can just go over the back of the alternator at the bottom because there's no rear support. And that's pretty much it. You ready for the nuts now? So on the top here, just put a washer, put your nut. Same as the bottom. Now we're just going to tighten it all up. Same with the top. Still leaving this rear flange nut a little bit loose, which is fine. We're just going to tighten this up now. If you tighten that flange nut before you tighten up the M10, you can get some issues. It can just make it a bit harder for you. So just nip that up. Now we'll nip up the flange nut. That's on. Last step, we'll just go back around the front, check all our little cap screws, make sure they're all nice and tight. Okay, job done. And that's the installation of the Barra LS Alternator Bracket conversion.